who took the title in 1974, won every round bar one. Huge 8+ litre engine in
Jordan taking the title with Warner here.
Motor racing moves on, the championship evolved, and Lister, well, quite about time for a comeback, I'd say.
Back to some more rally machinery once again, and Thierry Neuville, and this is Thierry Neuville, the existing current.
So many elements of the sport to put the message across and transfer that technology to their road vehicles, and great to have them.
Yep, and another version heading up the hill and on tarmac.
Good on tarmac. And here we are. Colin McRae's 30 years since his World Championship with that livery, but this is far more contemporary. This is Travis Pastrana, such a star on the World Rally stage, such an amazing driver. He's got the WRX.
Up the hill. So we shall see what he does. Yesterday he was second, a little bit more cautious up at the top end. Let's see what he does as he comes across the line. That was 45.93. That was just a couple of tenths slower than what he did yesterday.
Well, driver with a great name, the car with a brilliant name, Project Midnight. Painted, not at all, just carbon, mythical.
Right, it's time to look at the Ford Supervan, based on the Transit. The Ford Transit celebrated as they electric life. Terence Dolphin is driving this first one.
Just a sensational PR coup. I remember when one in particular hit the circuit. Copy of Sun on the dashboard, other papers may be used, but it was just a brilliant sensation.
Absolutely right, yes, and then you see the development of car then with Cosworth power. Apparently it was timed at 174 miles per hour in 2022, a collaboration between Ford and the Stard Racing team. They mixed around a little bit. Whoa, look at that, look at the way it can slide and be controlled and set up the smoke. The Supervan 4.2 really does put on a wonderful display. It's Paul Swift who is it's Manfred Stoll in this one. Paul Swift was in the Ford Supervan 4, but it's Manfred Stoll in this Supervan 4.2. Romain Dumas was the man who was competing with it, going up Pikes Peak. Now, that's so smoky, they can't see anything from inside. What is going on? I think there may be a slight problem there.
Well, Manfred Stoll may or may not be on board, so he put on a fantastic show in front of Goodwood House, all the people down there with their cameras and phones taking images, but something may have gone pop, but these vehicles just super impressive.
That has set the pace this weekend on the shootout so far. So this is called the Ford Super Truck, as opposed to Super Van. It's called the Super Truck.
Ruining your run right at the outset, keeping it clean, keeping it. But this year, the World Endurance Championship has got a mark back there that took sport for victory.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, from running in the World Rally Championship, the Ford Puma Rally has shown some decent results. They're not quite at the very, so he can play the game beautifully well. Up past the flint wall, nice to see. No contact with that flint wall yet, by the way, this weekend. They've all been very sensible.
Have you seen my fingers across? But
yeah, there wasn't nearly one yesterday.
Wasn't just, yes, very nearly. But you know what you get with rally drivers, they have to be able to have every single driving skill, because they never know what they're going to get. Temperature. They have to be able to do absolutely everything.
And the way top, but over the line and completes another run. And we have seen some beautiful machinery in this section, as ever.
Terrain circuit too. Yeah, this is a French-built car, Rivet, factory-built Rivet from Rivet itself. Built back in 2010. It's weighing in at around 1100 kgs, so about mid-range on the weight. It's running a Nissan 350Z V6 to a French Sadev 6-speed flat shift with a flat shift.
With the French cars out there, again running that Nissan 350Z engine.
Does so beautifully.
Detail you're describing back.
It's a 4-litre turbo. It's a plug-in hybrid. And his mission
One racing as
20. In the right order. Stunning looking thing.
Now, talking stunning, ever since it was launched, the Ferrari Rover. Just
what is that? What is that?
Tell you what I but that if we get the three of them together, I think you can do things differently.
2-litre twin turbo car, 124 brake, 25 wheels, and yeah, a bit of a power increase in racing ring. Of course, with Aston Martin, you can have any colour you like. You can have it bare carbon fibre, you can have cool. Yeah, DB, a new record.
We had a big announcement there.
It's coming.
Is that the W1?
P1 was launched. I didn't think it was a car that could be improved upon, but we moved maybe nearly a decade on, and Kenny Brack was the driver who got the tail of twitching just before the final corner, but the IndyCar great managed to settle it down, and still the noise is issued at the bottom of the hill climb.
Oh, really?
This is Huayra.
Never mind. That's an hurricane.
Total power out of this car.
So the supercar run fortune and some exquisite machines.
I got that money driving Empire as well. Ball line.
Is that the W1?
Oh, that's GT. Hurricane. Solus! It's a prototype.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's lovely to see him out there taking one of Alain Prost's key cars up there. He was such a challenge, as you say, in that 1983 season. Nelson Piquet won 2 points, and then he got fired by Renault at the end of the season. But he then went to, he got your seat at McLaren, because you looked as though you were going to continue, but he got your seat.
Yes, coming back from the race on Saturday night, representatives of the McLaren team, one of them said to me, how can I buy a few points?
Well, talking about missing out by a fraction, here's another one. Felipe Massa was so close to making it in 2008. Multiplied by points. Lewis Hamilton in Brazil, and Lewis making it on 7 titles that year, but it was such a battle. And this was a great Ferrari. And in fact, Ferrari, with this car,
Well, it's demonstrating the main street. Senator, France, virtually every living persons in this never
And actually, John, you were telling me as well earlier when we were waiting to come into comms that you take some journeys around the UK, taking down the cars for brands before they went to Grand Prix. Of course, we don't have that anymore.
John was seeing here today from the early days, from this period in the 1960s right up to the latest version, fronting that Alpine going up just being completed with the F1 medical car.
The 74 car, the car that Nicky didn't win the World Championship in. The 75 car with the transfer gearbox. So Nicky got this opportunity to win with the transverse gearbox, and the rest is Ferrari history.
Yeah, Mauro Foggieri was a key part of that, and he had left Ferrari briefly and the car wasn't working quite so well. When he came back, it suddenly did all start coming back together. And here, the Alfa Romeo 158 Alfa.
They're going up. Man, no. Typhoon. reckon?
Screeches, then you can see jumping on the brakes, slowing down that
miles an hour, by the way. A machine like this would be capable of getting up to 200. Not on a straight line, not that too long.
goes through past our commentary box window. Kicks up, dust riding on board now. He's going to head up the hill and produces around about 330 brake horsepower. Jacob Force with 20.
His way through Malcolm Corner. Jack Barlow driving this. Just to give you an idea of the calibre of drivers we've got here, up and down the grid. Jack Barlow and McLaren factory.
All of that, but stuff from the rally stage setting at the top of the hill, people moving around.